Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be casting this game between Toon CCI here in the blue at 538 versus Luis Mike here in the red at 288. Now, the ranks just reset, so, it's kind of hard to determine who's, high rated. But at the moment, I think there was a person like 700, that was like the highest rated person already. But, looks like we see first turn Zen mains and a D fissure from our player in the... Oh. Bouncing back from a player in the red, but that's understandable. Hopefully he will not be salty about that, because there's no reason why you would not activate Dojo. And he's going to activate Asceticism of the Sixth Samurai. So most likely we will see a Xian be brought out first turn. That's a pretty good card, but Xian does not really deal with Zen mains too much, and we see a Torrential Tribute immediately activated as soon as the Kagemusha was summoned. Now, Torrential Tribute is still an insanely good card, especially with a card like Zen mains, because, Zen mains gets the effect where it gets to pop at the end phase. Now, Zen mains now has a Dojo to pop. But pretty much, if you interrupt a Sixth Samurai player... Oh! He did not even normal summon that turn. I totally forgot about that. But what is he going to make? Because... my guess right now is going to be Xian. Those do get banished. Because double-edged sword technique is actually a card that Six Samurai's players play. My guess is he's going to go for a Kizan. Oh, Ininishi. But that card is not really necessary. And he's going to special summon a Kizan. So he's pretty much all in for this play. But there's no reason why you wouldn't want to go in for this play. Papillary Operative would be an option as well. He would technically get in more damage this turn if he went for a Papillary Operative, but next turn, Blade Armor Ninja will probably end up finishing off the game. And Six Samurais do still stand kind of a threat versus some decks. Now, some other decks, like I would say Mermails, they don't care about Six Samurais. They'll just be like, oh, I'm just going to discard these cards and blow up everything you have, make a big eye. But certain other decks, like, for example, Rabbit, can have a problem against Six Samurais. Especially if they can, push really hard. And we saw that, Six Samurai player was able to push really hard. And so Blade Armor Ninja is going to, hopefully we'll see a Spirit Reaper, and it was a Banish of the Radiance. Look at some type of anti-meta deck. And realistically, he cannot respond really with anything at this point. He's going to have to use double cards. He's going to take some damage, and Xian's going to attack, and he's going to just take it. So you can see Six Samurai is still a pretty good deck. I mean, he was playing against some type of anti-meta. You know what? Let's just keep it going, because that game was a little bit short. When it's 10-15 minutes into one game, then I'll make it a two-part video. But that was pretty fast. I'm interested to see how this anti-meta deck is playing, because come on, we have not seen any anti-meta see any play in a long time, because anti-meta is just too slow. That's just how the deck, that's how Yu-Gi-Oh's gotten to the point where you need to open up with things like Macro. And Macro D-Fissure, to my knowledge, it doesn't really hurt Six Samurais that much. It stops double-edged sword technique. Oh, he's going for the Elder. And let's see if he has like a Torrential Tribute. Because I think our player in the red, he played smart. Torrential at the right time. And unfortunately, Six Samurai just going for that Xian too fast. And see what that face down is. Because, if you see DD Warrior Lady, let's see D Prison, Xian will obviously negate that. Our player in the red definitely has something he can respond with. Unless, he can still respond to the same attack. And see you later, Xian. Now, Xian will no longer be able to come back. Normally, even if it dies... Ooh, it was a Spirit Reaper. Interesting. Because, Six Samurai already have a problem against Spirit Reaper, but still, getting rid of Xian is always a good thing, because, dealing with Xian as early on as possible, it definitely will help you out. So, let's see what he goes tour guide into. You can go for a pretty big beater, and that wouldn't be a bad idea either. I'm trying to think what else would be. He can go Zen mains and attack, which isn't that bad. I'm gonna go for number 17, Leviathan Dragon. Oh yeah, that's definitely a good option. I would definitely like to get that that card out of a player's hand anytime when you get the effect of Spirit Reaper successful, unless you're playing against Dark Worlds. And in Dark Worlds, you do not want to attack with a Spirit Reaper, usually. I mean, maybe if you know that they have, you know, a spell in their hand, then yeah, by all means you can do it. But if you hit a Dark World, the Dark World will get the effects. And usually when Dark Worlds are discarded by your opponent's effects, they have an insane effect. That's where they get like the double cards. With like Brow, you get to draw 2. And like Grapha, I think they get to like look at your hand or something like that. Oh, and then they pick a monster and special summon. It just gets really nasty. But right now, I would say our player in the red definitely has field advantage. I mean, the only thing that would hurt really is like a Dark Hole. We see a Kageki summoned. Let's see what Kageki we're going to. Oh, Zanji. Zanji's a pretty good card, but it doesn't really deal with the Spirit Reaper. We'll see what he makes. Because, I mean, he needs to get rid of this. Because this card can become problematic. I mean, once it's at 3,000, like, good luck getting over that. Unless you're going to go for, like, an Excalibur. And he's just going to go for some damage, okay. And is this an optional effect? At the end of damage step, if this card attack destroyed the monster, this card attack, and he has to control another 6 samurai. I don't know why you wouldn't want to attack with Kageki first, because now Kageki won't have... Does this card die too? Oh, okay, never mind, my bad. I thought they would destroy themselves. They would both get destroyed. So, that's a fine play then. But I still would have attacked with Kageki first, just to get in more damage. So, I would say kind of a slight misplay from our player in the blue. And I'm sure all you guys would agree with me. Why not deal another, what, 300? Yeah. So, he could have technically dealt another 1,400 points of damage. I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to deal more damage to your opponent. It's not like he could have moved this main phase 2 in defense mode or anything like that. So, definitely a slight misplay, I would say. And if he's smart, he will attack the Kageki. Okay, good. That would be the correct play, because if he attacked into Zanji, Zanji would then get its effect. I believe so. Does this not have to be out of the field? Okay, so this one can also have the effect he can destroy another one instead. But, yeah, I definitely feel like just a slight misplay from our player in the blue. He technically should have dealt another 1,400 points of damage. We're going to see Excalibur. Yeah, remember, I was talking about that card earlier. Which is a good card. I'm trying to think of what else would be good. Right. Because 3,000 is pretty hefty. Ooh, we're seeing an MST activated. It's going to hit that face down, which was a finishing pretty good card. Let's see, can our anti-meta player come out of this? I think, I mean, he's got large damage cards in hand. Although, Diffuser Dark Hole doesn't really do much. It banishes it, but that's about it. I almost felt like I would have set the Diffuser. I mean, getting rid of that card doesn't really do him any good. And Mizuha is probably going to attack for 1,600 points of damage. At this point in the game, yeah. Oh, only if it's a Shinai, okay. I haven't seen this card seen play in a long time. But, I don't know, I feel like 6 Samurais, by themselves, they are not very good. But the thing is, when you're playing against an anti-meta deck, usually they have so much background. Ooh, are we going to say Torrential Tribute? Because that would be devastating. Nope, it's not going to happen. But, yeah, when you're playing against an anti-meta deck, usually you can push pretty hard if you know that they don't have, like, you know, any back row. And our 6 Samurai player actually would have won, like I mentioned before, if he did attack with the Kageki into the Spirit Reaper before he decided to attack with the Zanji. He's going to say, oh my god, I don't have any monsters. Well, that's kind of how anti-meta goes. Is that going to be it? I mean, I would not have given up. I would have set as many cards as possible. I mean, if you have monsters, set the monsters. Looks like that's going to be game, and you can see 6 Samurai's pretty good deck still. I mean, Spoke Signal at 3. I mean, already 6 Samurais, I would say, kind of have an edge on any anti-meta deck, just because anti-meta has a whole bunch of back row. Let's see what he has. Oh, he's going to Heavy Chaos Sorcerer, a Solemn Warning, which unfortunately was drawn too late. And what was the other card? Can you show us the other card? Oh, he left the duel. I don't know, maybe it was an MST or something like that. But, yeah, unfortunately, 6 Samurai is just, he was able to have the monster, and our player in the red just didn't have a monster. If he had like anything like a Thunder King, I think he would have been good, and he probably would have won that game. But 6 Samurai is still looking pretty good. But thanks for watching. Asian Eyes signing out.